For the Finance Minister, Mamboure Njie, page is coming at a rather crucial time of a GDP growth rate of 5.5% for the Gambia's economy.
The creation of PAGE has not only helped us as a country focus collectively on our proud achievements over the past 5 years, it has also been able to identify the opportunities and strength inherent to these small but great countries of ours.
The prospect for positive implementation of the program, according to the Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Dr. Njoguba, are heightened by the reforms undertaken by government to make the civil service more effective and vibrant.
As public servants, we are fully aware that to successfully implement the Program for Accelerated Growth and Employment, PAGE, and reach the Millennium Development Goals and Vision 2020, we must adopt a comprehensive approach that addresses capacities and pursues reforms in all sectors of society.
The launch has already attracted the attention of some potential investors from India. The delegation later called on the President to discuss plans for future investment in the energy and agricultural sectors through the incentives of the program.
I found that the PAGE initiative is one of the most innovative ideas which has been conceived of by the government. It lists specific areas and fields where the government priority is going to be. So it helped me in deciding how and in what sectors I will come. Our intention of coming to Gambia is not just one particular project. We are not here for commodity export. We are here for long-term purpose. We are here to increase the capacity building of the country. We are here to develop skills of the people here. We are here to also contribute what is called the transfer of appropriate technology. These are the areas which we in India will be bringing when we come here.
Abdul Njie, GRTS.
The APRC victory celebration for Fonyi Councillor District, initially slated for Saturday, 24th December in Kanilai, has been postponed until January. The development is prompted by the demise of the former Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Khalifa Kambi. The new date will be announced in due course, and any inconvenience is deeply regretted. Kanilai Family Farms informs its esteemed customers and the general public of the availability of high-quality cooking oil for sale with effect from today, Friday, 23rd December 2011, at the State House outlet. The retail price for a cup of oil is $9.50 buduts, while the price for the 20-liter drum is pegged at $880 at the State House outlet and $900 at any other outlet. Kanilai Family Farms wishes everyone a happy Christmas. Children within the 9-month and 5 years age bracket have been receiving the measles vaccine thanks to the collaborative efforts of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, UNICEF and the World Health Organization. The campaign that saw the target group receive the vitamin A supplement will end today, and health officials have been urging guardians and parents to take their children to the vaccination centers. Fadu Jase has more on that.
Viral disease affects mostly children between the ages of 9 months to 5 years, killing a number of them, particularly in the third world countries. The Gambia government and its partners would not want the disease to have its vicious effect on the country's young ones and set up a campaign to inoculate over 310,000 children. Serakunda Health Post saw a convergence of trained vaccinators ready for the Operation Kick Measles out of the Gambia. The vaccine is supplemented by vitamin A tablets, which come in 2 colors, blue and red, for children between the ages of 6 and 11 months. Long queues of mothers in Fajikunda Health Center went to describe the response level among parents in this crusade. This is particularly important as we still talk about a staggering over 80,000 children within the Kanifi municipality yet to be immunized for a combination of factors.
When we realized that the mobilization of the communities, especially in the Western Health region, was not as well effective as we would have loved it to happen. And as a result, some parents thought it's going to be the same house to house, whilst in this case it's not house to house. There will be vaccination teams in strategic locations, and it will be the responsibility of parents to take these kids to these strategic locations. And it's unfortunate that has not been happening, like in these key areas of Serakunda, Fajikunda, Bakau, and Sukuta. As of today, in Serakunda alone, we realize that about 18,000 kids are yet to be vaccinated. In Fajikunda, over 17,000. And if these kids are not vaccinated, it means the national coverage is not going to be as we would definitely want it to be. Yeah?
In the sprouting town of Burkama, the major health post was a scene of few turnout, but this is largely due to scheme of decentralization, with other teams crisscrossing other areas as well as town satellite settlements. Proceeding to the provinces, SL Health Center, Albreda, a village in Sika was also visited, Kuntaya and Farafenye. Health workers say the half of the percentage of the targeted figures is met and are hopeful that before the end, they will acquire the 98% they are yearning.
Well, we may not get 100%, but the target for this campaign is 80%. If we have 80% of measles coverage and vitamin E, that's the target. And I hope we'll exceed that 80% by Sunday.
At the Bassa Health Regional Health Center, Baba Jeng was there to explain to us how they are working. Brikamaba and Kudang Health Centers were also visited.
As of yesterday, we were at 35% coverage, 35%, because we do have our daily review of all the results. Because for yesterday, we were able to get for day 1 and day 2, because we had the meeting yesterday, which was day 3. So we expect the percentage also to increase today.
At the end of the tour, Laboba tells us what this campaign means to the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare.
The best way to clear a disease is through immunization. I mean, we all know measles is a killer disease and it affects children below the age of 5 mostly because their immunity is very weak. They need help to support them. Yeah, that's why the Ministry of Health with her partners is conducting this campaign. As I'm speaking to you, the national coverage is at 98%, so which means the campaign is a success. So the final day is kind of what we call social mob, you know, to have the final analysis. But as I'm speaking to you, the national coverage is at 98%, therefore the campaign is a success.
The campaign had hundreds of thousands of targets across the country for a specified period of time. The success of the vaccine will be a huge step towards giving a sustained threat below to measles. For GRTS News, I'm Fatou Jassi.
We will be back with more stories right after this break. Welcome back. Military prosecutors in the Ivory Coast are warning against unruly behavior in the ranks of security personnel in that country. The tough talking comes in the wake of a spate of alleged offenses by those paid to protect the citizenry. The authorities say those who use their weapons with impunity will be taught a bitter lesson and the undisciplined brought before a military tribunal. Let's look at this CFI report for more on that.
Military commanders in Côte d'Ivoire have made it known there's to be a zero-tolerance regime against rogue behavior by members of the armed forces. In the period following the end of the civil conflict 8 months ago, there have been numerous incidents of indiscipline in the ranks, including thefts, intimidation of civilians and even murder.
We will continue to crack down on any individuals who break the rules. Any persons transgressing the law will find themselves deprived of their liberty.
A military prison opened last month in Abidjan. A number of officers who had supported the ousted ex-president Laurent Gbagbo are being held there. Recently, about 20 soldiers from the government army were put behind bars while they wait court-martial on serious ill-discipline charges. A further 15 are on a wanted list issued by the National Gendarmerie.
All those who commit crimes will be brought before the military tribunal. Those convicted will be deprived of their liberty. They must be taught a lesson that military weapons cannot be used with impunity. They are not toys that you are given for Christmas.
The Office of the Military Prosecutor says the court-martial will start early in January in Abidjan. At the same time, the military chiefs have announced that all members of the armed forces in Côte d'Ivoire are to follow a civic education course. This is designed to ensure soldiers are aware of the need to respect the rights of citizens and of private property.
The Electoral Commission in the Democratic Republic of Congo has suspended the publication of the results of the parliamentary election that followed